All right. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome back to GLC-TV. We're back with another TCG Live gameplay video. We've got a very special video for you guys today. I was going to just do another gameplay where we queued into the matchmaking and just recorded my thoughts while I was playing, but something fun actually happened. So I was on my lunch break and I decided to just jump into TCG Live and play some casual games without recording. And as I jumped in, I saw that I got paired up against a player named the Ben Morse, and I checked and I saw his stream was live. But I didn't click on it, and instead what I did is I just started recording. And so I recorded my game with Ben Morse that he was live streaming so that I thought I could come back and run it back. So I'm going to watch that game from my perspective, and I'm going to put in Ben's commentary from his side, which he said he's cool with. And we're going to watch it like that. So this is going to be a super fun match between me and Ben Morse on TCG Live from both perspectives. It's pretty fun. And so what I'm playing today is, or what I played in that match was this dark deck that I've been having a lot of fun with, which is a dark rain dance deck, or however you want to call it, hydro pump. It is a dark deck that instead of focusing around stuff like Spiritomb and Weavile and little bitty attackers like that, you go big with the Hydreigon with Dark Squall. And this is basically Rain Dance, but for darkness energy on a stage 2. And that makes it way easier to power up Guzzlord because you don't have to rely on double turbo energy anymore. So you can do the full 120. Plus then with something like Vitality Band or Kukui, you get up to 130, 140. You're actually taking real knockouts against like big basics and stuff. But there's other cool stuff this deck does. The Darkrai with Vortex of Darkness as well as Darkness Guard. So it has basically 140 HP, can be very bulky, and has an unlimited damage cap. So you can push up your damage that way. Similarly, you've got the Honchkrow, and this actually did a lot of work in my game, with the Night Cyclone attack. And this lets you move all the energy off the Honchkrow, and it does 160, which is really good. But because you move all the energy off, you get to preserve that energy and send it to power up something on your bench. So then when they knock out the Honchkrow, you don't lose any of your energy. So that's really good. The rest of it's kind of straight up dark, but we've got lots of ways to get energy out of the deck. And we've got nine basic darkness energy. I've kept the capture energy in here because I had a Guzma engine, but I ended up swapping it out because it's not legal, unfortunately, in live right now. So we got the Brock's training, and I think I put in Tenacity, Chorus's Tenacity in here to be able to get out. Oh no, it looks like I cut it. But I guess I have Pierce to get that. So that's what we're doing, and let's get into it. And we're going to see the gameplay of me versus Ben Morse right now.
All right, we're back. Still going strong with the fighting deck. Yo, we paired into TV boy. We paired into GLC-TV boy. I believe that's who this is, so hopefully we have a good game. Looks like they're probably playing a water deck.
So I've got the coughing start, which is great. I had not tuned into Ben's stream yet, so I didn't know what he was running, but I saw the mulligan with the fighting energy. And yeah, I did not want to see what was going on in his hand. I wanted to come back and watch it afterwards, and that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. So looking like a pretty good hand. We've got the Guzzlord, the Dino, which is going to turn into that what is it called? Zwilus, and then I forget the other name. Hydreigon. And the Cynthia, and we're going second. So this is really good for me. And I got a mulligan. So
TV Boy's got the fake out strategy of of using the water type coin to play a dark deck.
that's funny. I had the water coin because it's to remind me that this is my Rain Dance version of darkness and not my other darkness decks. But it's apparently a psychological warfare as well. So he's got the Slither Wing, but no. I gotta turn this down so it's not playing over my voice. It's got the Slither Wing, but no energy attachment, so I'm free to set up and get out the wheezing. Quick Ball gonna get Purloin because that's something you always want to get set up as soon as possible in dark, any dark deck really, so you can get your draw engine going. And then the Cynthia draws me into Artisan here. Heavy Ball shows me 2 darkness energies and a retrieval, as well as my training court. So all ways to get back energy. I like having lots of ways in these Rain Dance decks to pull energy back from the discard pile. So Artisan, gonna use this to get Darkrai just so I can have an attacker that's ready to go. Because Guzzlord is very situational as an attacker. And then preserving the air balloon here in case he has like a Marnie or something. And luckily nothing is prized, so this is looking really good for me right now. And I'm really happy that, you know, sometimes your deck, GLC decks, they just don't do what they're supposed to do. They don't perform at all. You get prize locked, whatever. So I'm glad that the deck is doing its thing like it's supposed to. I think this is where I realized who I was playing against, that I got it. All right, so we see Ben.
We've got the Colossal in hand. Let's see if I bench that. We can use Erica's now. Let's use Erica's.
So it gets the Knackley. So he's going for the... he's playing a Colossal and Garganacl ramping deck and fighting. And apparently it looks like he's 1-0 with the deck so far.
I don't really want to do that. We can start attaching
so now
to
he's in a
Tusk
bit of a pinch
instead.
since he didn't have that fighting energy for the Slither Wing. If he commits to it now and he gets poisoned, he'll self-knock out when he goes to attack, which, I don't know, maybe not such a bad thing. Okay. So it's back to my turn.
Okay, they've got a Murkrow. Interesting. Dang it. I liked that hand.
So Iono here. Looks like I took out a pretty good hand from Ben. I mean, 8 cards. I knew I was going to get something. I was doing a good thing for myself to Iono that. And I get the heads on the timer ball, so that's going to allow me to get the Purloin set up, or the Lipard set up, which I prioritize over the Zweilous because the Lipard can help me draw into the Zweilous and the Hydreigon. Versus just being stuck with a Zweilous and a Purloin is not ideal. So here I play the Viridian Forest because partly I actually want to cut him off of Artisan since he hasn't filled up his bench yet. And he doesn't have the Carcoal or whatever it says for the Colossal. So trading away the ball guy since we've already got our bench set up and we found most of our balls. And there's the Zweilous, so very lucky there. And now, to poison or not to poison, honestly, I didn't really think about it. I just thought, let's just start putting out damage. I really should have maybe held off because it has 3 retreat, and now all I did was enable his Great Tusk to be able to do 160, which he was already putting energy on. So that might have been a bit of a misplay on my part. Maybe should have just let it sit there. Let the Slitherwing sit there while I locked his abilities down.
Probably not. Yeah, I'd rather just drop that. Pokemon down. That's Iono.
And he Iono's me back, which I'm totally fine with. Didn't have much going on, so I get to draw a fresh 6, and it's going to help me draw into my Hydreigon. Yep, Ultra Ball, and there's that Brock Scouting, which can get either 2 basics or an evolution. Something I've been leaning on without access to Guzhala anymore. Normally I would Guzhala for Capture Energy, Artisan, and Evolution, TM Evolution. That's a great way to get set up. So Brock Scouting kind of does half of that. It gets you either 2 basics or gets you an evolution. Yeah, and there I realize what's going to happen. So he escape ropes me. And I decide to send in the Murkrow since it's not developed yet. I can afford to lose it. I've already put energy on the Arceus. Or not the Arceus, the Darkrai. I don't want to lose Liepard. But it looks like he's just going for the TM Turbo
Get them
Energizer.
both onto the Groudon for now. And without a damage buff, the Guzzlord can't knock us out, so that's pretty good. And we're just 1 energy attachment away from starting the prize trade.
And there's Kukui. So we need to get the Hydreigon out, and we need a Honchkrow. But we've got the Scouting and the Ultra Ball. So yeah, Absol is not one I'm really keen on keeping. Absol is a card I'm trying out for stuff like Wailord to be able to force them to either switch or do something. But here's the Honchkrow.
Oh, if they go Honchkrow, if they if they Night Cyclone me, I'm gonna be so mad.
And we have exactly the energy we need. Now I have to do a tough decision here. Vitality Band would be useful.
He better not Night Cyclone me.
But I have to get rid of it to be able to take the knockout. And I know I want to have Kukui for when I have to deal with 140 HP.
There's no way. Oh my gosh, he's got 3 energy. Wait, this is broken, and then you can move? Oh no.
So the question is, put it on Guzzlord or Darkrai.
He moves them all to the Guzzlord. And he resists fighting, so I'm gonna have to like discard all of my energy from this Groudon. That's terrible.
But I felt like I had the knockout with the Guzzlord here. With Viridian Forest getting my 4th energy and the Kukui in hand.
Got the Rescue Stretcher. Let's poke here. Just take research. Do I want the... Yeah, the Great Tusk is pretty good. We'll research.
So there's no strong fighting energy in TCG Live, so that can only be one other energy. But I
got the rare candy also.
I totally was not paying attention.
It's actually
to what it
so
was.
clutch. We can rare candy Colossal right now.
Oh, he gets the Colossal out here.
Tar Generator to the Great Tusk.
You can see how strong this combo is with Groudon. I used to
can't
play this
die to
deck when I
Guzzlord.
first started playing GLC. It was a lot of
We're in a
fun,
great spot.
but I just moved on to other fighting decks. Viridian Forest, I don't know how much it was helping him, but it obviously was helping me a lot. So yep, can discard for 60, but because of the resistance on Honchkrow, which is really nice to have, he has to discard 3 energy from the board.
And the fighting from here. Another fantastic research. We're cooking. This deck is actually kind of sick. I'm surprised.
I've got the Liepard pivot, but I'm sure I've got the knockout here. All I have to do is do 140. With Kukui and Red Banquet, I'm doing 140, right? So I take the knockout. So Adventure Bag, Oh, that's what I replaced Guz Hollow with, his adventure bag, so I can get TM evolution. So I get the Cape of Toughness and the Luxurious Cape. I kind of spaced, actually. I forgot Guzzlord's weak to fighting when I took the Lux Cape, but then I think I remembered before I put a Lux Cape on it. But I figured 200 HP is enough if I kill the Groudon to stop it from getting knocked out. I am sandbagging here the Kukui. Let's see what Ben thinks about this.
They're just gonna swing for 120. The Kukui. There's no way. There's no way. Their hand has been so small. How do they always have the exact card they need?
Just shuffled the Honchkrow back in.
That's crazy.
Okay, here we go. The trade. I think I should not have traded away the Lux Cape here. I think that ends up being a mistake.
Dude, I can't believe he had the Kukui in his hand. His deck is pretty small, but still. The Stone Energy!
He forgot too.
I forgot about the Stone Energy.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I was so triggered.
Okay, all these emotions right now.
What? I thought it was a glitch. I've been playing so much Twin Leaf, I just thought it must be a glitch.
Let's freaking go. I could Avery here.
I think I figured it out here.
I think I just want a Bird Keeper.
Why did it only do 120? There it is.
And go in with the Great Tusk.
Now Ben making use of the Viridian Forest. Viridian Forest has been a really good card in all my decks. Without Professor's Letter, I've been really liking Viridian Forest in these decks.
Do we have enough energy? Yeah, we've got enough energy.
Yep, switches to the Great Tusk. Preserve some energy here.
Let's get the Lucario out. And at this point, since they whiffed the knockout with the Guzzlord, I think we've got this game wrapped up.
Yeah, Colossal is so strong if you can get it set up reliably. That's just the only problem with fighting, right? It's so hard for them to set up all those evolutions.
Let's Palpad in case we get like Iono to a lower hand size.
Palpad's an interesting one in this format. Without Versus Seeker. It's really good in some decks. It feels like a Versus Seeker, but then sometimes you just have to play it. So, takes the knockout with the Great Tusk. Through the Cape.
You don't have to tar first because you're pulling from the discard pile, so you draw doesn't matter. It's actually better to draw first because then you have more information, right, before you choose who to attach your energies to. So you usually want to like do the unknowns before the knowns, right? Like if Tar Generator was pulling from deck, then yeah, I'd want to use it before I draw, because then you might draw into the energy you want to accelerate.
It's so funny. It's like Ben's talking about my turn, because that's exactly what I did. I traded before I used Viridian Forest, so I could see what I drew before I went and got an energy. So capture energy on the Murkrow. No basics though. We do have a Moltres, but I feel like it's not quite time to deploy it yet, since it's only going to be doing 120. I'm going to Marnie here.
That's why I decided to Palpad, because we're going to get Marnied, and hopefully we have a higher chance of drawing into some of the supporters.
But I do find the Honchkrow and the Dark Patch. So the capture energy plus Viridian Forest plus the Dark Patch. I did slow roll this Dark Patch too. I want to see what Ben thought. Let's see this Honchkrow.
Field Blower is not down yet. He's got the energy for the Night Cyclone once again, so I'm gonna die to this guy. Do I have Escape Rope? I do have Escape Rope, but I can Raihan and get Garganacl into play. I just need to do 150 damage so we can take the knockout with
Yeah, it's unfortunate. The Lucario does hit for exact knockout, even through the resistance. So I move all the energy to the Darkrai. All the darkness energy. That's really cool about Murkrow too is you can split the energy up when you move it back. So I sent the colorless energy to the Hydreigon since it can attack with the colorless for 130, and then all the dark energy to the Darkrai. All right, Raihan. It's cool to see it from his perspective here.
We'll get the Garganacl.
Ultra Ball to get
My Ultra Ball. Don't want to get rid of any of those.
Yeah, he doesn't want to discard.
We'll just get the Garganacl.
I feel like the fact that there's no Hex Maniac in this format also really makes this fighting deck way better.
Super Rod, some energy.
Because that was what happened to me when I played this type of fighting deck, is like you either get gusted into oblivion, they take out your energy generators, or they hex you, and then right before they knock out your Pokemon, and then you can't put any more energy into play.
Yeah, the Hydreigon working is actually pretty sick. Like it's done a lot of work for him. Do I want to put Lux Cape on any of these guys? Not yet. We can Energizing Rock Salt to the Slitherwing to heal it, so that way I can attack with it eventually.
Oh, interesting. So by Rock Salting to the Slitherwing, he puts it down low enough damage that he can attack.
Yeah, we can bench Koraidon.
Yeah, the Koraidon's really cool in this deck too, because you have Slitherwing and Great Tusk.
Put the second fighting onto Slitherwing and a fire onto Koraidon.
Oh, and it's colorless attacker too. I love that. The Koraidon's
so good.
Stuck. So you can power it up with fire energy. There is the Revenge.
This would be annoying, but I still have Guzma and Birdkeeper in the deck. And they're not like a stall deck or anything, so I think we're chilling.
But I have energy retrieval from the prizes. So he's got all this energy in play. So no matter what I do, if I knock out this Lucario, he's just going to send something up and power it up. So this is where I just think I need to take out this. I need to take out some of this energy generation. And this is where I wish I had kept that. Where I wish I had kept the Lux Cape instead of the Earthen Vessel. I don't know why I kept the Earthen Vessel. I'm just always prioritizing keeping energy in hand. So that's why I wanted the Earthen Vessel, I guess. But I should have kept the Lux Cape, because then I could have kept this Darkrai alive. He would have had to do 240, and it's weak to grass and not fighting. So with 5 energy, I am able to do 160 here. And I have Lana's Aid for next turn. So I still feel like I'm doing okay. It's just... yeah, the U-turn board feels like I don't need it anymore.
I'm gonna knock out my Colossal, which is annoying. I thought about putting the Lux Cape on the Colossal. But now we can just come back in with the Lucario, because it does 150.
Okay, well, at least he said it's annoying, so I know that it was probably a good move. It's always hard to, like, do you take out their energy or do you take out their attackers that are already powered up? It's always a catch-22. You have to hope that it pays off eventually.
Play Arven. And get Night Stretcher just in case. Or we could get... yeah, let's get Quick Ball for Terrakion. That could close out the game for us.
So I'm checking out what I have in my discard pile to get back with Lana's Aid. Now I'm also wishing I hadn't discarded the Vitality Band.
Still want to hold this energy. Well, I mean, I still have so many switches left in the deck. Yeah, we're chilling. I'll put Lux Cape on Lucario so that it doesn't die.
Is so funny. There's no Float Stone. So yeah, it takes the knockout.
Actually, that was probably a mistake, because now it's trapped in the active.
he puts the Luxcape on the Lucario. So this is where I get an idea, right? I've got this Absol. I can't knock it out with anything else. So, but the Absol, he's got 2 cards in his hand. I'm like, what's the chances that he's got a switch or another energy? So I decided to go with this Absol. And the cool thing about this Absol, what it does is 2 energy. If the defending Pokemon doesn't switch out at the end of the opponent's next turn, it gets knocked out automatically. But the cool thing is it returns all the energy on Absol to the hand when it does this. So it actually preserves energy. It's like a free attack if you have Hydreigon out. And it's been working really well against like big, bulky stuff that I can't knock out easily. I was also doing a lot of work in the expanded testing queue against all those stupid EXs. So I have to hope he doesn't have it, because otherwise I'm just punching into it and I'm doing nothing, right? And then I'm going to lose all the energy. So at least this way, I get to keep the energy in my hand. I'm not wasting any energy, and I might get a knockout, but he's got the energy. And now I'm cooked because I don't have Luxcape anymore. And I could. So the other thing I could have done is I could have dug for Moltres, right? Galarian Moltres. The only problem is at that point it's only doing 220 damage, and I had to do 230 to get the knockout, and I didn't have Vitality Band anymore. So losing the Vitality Band was a big mistake too. It's all these little micro decisions that like cost you later on in the game, and that's what's great about GLC is if you can keep track of all these things, you get rewarded later on with, you know, victories.
I'm very impressed with the fighting deck.
But I'm pretty happy with this Darkness deck too. I think it's been doing really good. And I think it's like going to get even better once the Marnie's Morpeko comes out, because that's like Moltres, but with energy. It does like an insane amount of damage. It's like 60, it's like 40 damage plus 60 more damage for each Darkness energy attached to it. And I actually think I might build that in paper as well. So yeah, going out with a bang with the Moltres, doing 270 damage, 250 because of that damn stone energy. But I was able to stream attackers really well with this deck. So I don't know how it would have gone if he had been able to Gust KO my Hydreigon. Also in paper, having to deal with Hexmaniac is a huge problem. Although if you can time it right and keep your energy in the right spot, you know, it's not so bad. But getting the Hydreigon gusted.
GG's, TV boy. GG's. That was a fun game.
And Ben takes it.
It's fun to pair up into people who you know are going to have a decent deck.
So GG, Ben Morse. So cool to get to play against him.
All those games have been good.
Such a good player, like such good plays, and it's really cool to hear his rationale and see how he plays. So go check out his stream. Ben has been streaming. He's done 2 streams, I think, so far, playing a bunch of games on TCG Live, and I enjoyed it. I watched the first one. I'm going to go check out the second one now, and I hope you guys all check it out as well. Thanks for watching. We'll come back with some more TCG Live gameplay with some cool GLC builds for you all.
I'm still having a great time. It's fun to play GLC online. Fun to be able to have the option to play GLC online. Like, I really hope that the developers see how popular it is. I encourage everybody who hasn't yet to log in and at least play 1 or 2 games, so that people on the back end know that we want GLC to stick around.